Malaysia Code of Corporate Governance. Malaysia laid the foundation for corporate governance between the 1916 and 1990 through key laws like the Companies Act 1965, the Securities Industry Act 1983, and the formation for the Securities Commission in 1993. Governance reforms gained momentum after the 1997 Asian financial crisis, which exposed weakness in corporate practices. This led the birth of the MCCG in 2000, aiming the enhanced board effectiveness, transparency, and alignment with the global standards. Since then, MCCG has been regularly updated. In 2007, it strengthened audit committees in internal controls. In 2012, introduced clearer board roles and shareholder engagement. A major revamp in 2017 brought the CARE approach, comprehend, apply and report. The 2021 edition emphasized ESG, board diversity and long-term value creation, feature 48 practices and 42 guidance points. Okay, let's move to the differences between Malaysia Code of Corporate Governance (MCCG) and Islamic Financial Services Board (IFSB) Sharia Governance System (IFSB 10). The Malaysian Code of Corporate Governance (MCCG) focuses on public listed companies in Malaysia, promoting best practices in board leadership, transparency, and stakeholder engagement across all sectors. In contrast, the Islamic Financial Services Board's Sharia Governance Framework (IFSB 10) is tailored for Islamic financial institutions worldwide, emphasizing Sharia compliance through dedicated boards and reviews and ethical oversight. While MCCG follows a comply or explained approach rooted in global corporate norms and ESG principles, IFSB 10 offers guiding principles that uphold Islamic ethical values and are often integrated by regulators, despite not being legally binding. Ultimately, MCCG seeks corporate accountability, whereas IFSB 10 ensures that financial practices align with both legal and moral expectations of Sharia. Okay, now let's move to the importance of fit and proper criteria for the board of directors of a financial institution as outlined in B&M's corporate governance policy document. The fit and proper criteria outlined in B&M's corporate governance policy ensure that board directors of financial institutions are competent, ethical, and consistently accountable. These standards protect financial stability and preventing mismanagement, while also building public trust through transparency and high expectation for leadership. Board members must demonstrate professional skills, independence, and integrity with an ongoing commitment to ethical governance. Regular assessments help ensure that directors continue to meet these expectations throughout their service.
Hi everyone, my name is Farhah binti Zaini. So today I want to talk about something really important in the world of Islamic finance here in Malaysia. So we will be looking at the Sharia Committee and how it's helped to make sure everything follow Islamic rules, especially with a special document from Bank Negara Malaysia. First, let's understand why this is so important. So, if we can see, Islamic financial institutions in Malaysia are built on something called Sharia compliance. So that's mean everything they do must follow Islamic law, and to make sure this happen, Bank Negara Malaysia, which is our central bank, introduced something called the Sharia Governance Policy Documents. So this document clearly explains what the Sharia Committee does, how it's set up, and their responsibilities. So the AC is key to making sure all Islamic financial activities follow Islamic principle known as a Maqasid Sharia. So let's look at some of the AC's main roles. So one big part, it is advisory role to the board of and management. So you can think of the AC is a separate team that give advice to the board of directors, especially one thing related to Sharia. So what kind of advice do they give? So they make sure that things like financing, investing, and even design new product follow Islamic law or fiqh muamalat. So the AC also helps in developing new products before they are released to the public. Another important job is oversight and monitoring. So the AC oversees things and works with the internal control teams. So they do a few key things here. Number one, they handle Sharia risk management to find any potential risk where rules might not be followed. Number two, they do Sharia review to check that daily operation stick to the approved guidelines. And number three, they do Sharia audit to see how effective their compliance rules are. So a strong Sharia governance system is supported by good teamwork within the institutions. So that means Sharia rules are not just writing down, they are actually put into a practice everywhere. So next, we have approval and endorsement of product and documents. So the AC is in charge of approving and validating various things. So this include number one, product structure, legal contracts, operations procedure, and even marketing materials. So the goals here is to make sure that the Islamic financial institutions offer is free from things like riba, gharar, and maisir. Now, let's look at our next slides. So, the AC also needs to be in alignment with the Sharia Advisor Councils, SAC of PNM. So, the SAC is a very important group, and any financial decision on Sharia issues in Malaysia's Islamic financial sector must be consulted with them before any decision are made. So, in fact, Section 29 of the Central Bank of Malaysia Act 2009 says that the SAC's decision is a final if there are any disagreements. So, also an essential part is the appropriate and fit standard for AC members. So, the AC is made up of qualified and independent scholars who can make good decisions. So, their members must meet certain requirements for Bank Negara Malaysia, which include number one, having integrity and accountability. Number two, having financial soundness. Number three, having professional qualification in Islamic finance, and importantly, having no conflict of interest. So next, we move to disclosure and reporting. So transparency is a really important, and that brings us to disclosure and reporting. So every Islamic financial institution annual report must include a Sharia committee's report prepared by the AC. So in this report, they need to one, confirm that the organization has followed Sharia judgment. Number two, report any problems with Sharia non-compliance. And the third one is describe what they did to fix this problem, like restitution and cleansing. And lastly, this whole process really helped to build trust and transparency. So, finally, let's talk about handling Sharia non-compliance. So what happens if there are a brush of Sharia rules? So when a brush happens, the AC will make a decision, give guidance to the Islamic finance institution and how to fit things and purify procedures, and work with the management to stop the problem from happening again. So Bank Negara Malaysia also require this institution to tell everyone about such event and take a corrective action as per the Sharia governance policy document.
From the scenario given, it shows that Takaful Islam Malaysia have weak Sharia governance by sidelining Sharia advisor and not fully engaging them in key decisions. This goes against IFSP 3 of Principle 3 and Principle 7, which require a proper accountability and full integration of Sharia compliance in all operations. As a result, there's a high risk of non-compliance and damage to Takaful Ihsan Malaysia credibility as a Takaful provider. To improve this issue, Takaful Ihsan Malaysia should strengthen its Sharia governance by clearly defining the Sharia board's roles and engaging them in key decisions like investment and product review. Regular Sharia audit should work closer with other committees like risk management to ensure full of compliance. This will build trust, promotes fairness and also align with Maqasid al-Sharia principle.
A few moments later.
Besides that, we can tell Takaful Islam Malaysia are lacks of transparency, particularly in disclosing Sharia compliance of its asset. Without involving Sharia advisor in asset certification, participants can't be sure whether their funds are follow Sharia principle or not. This can harm trust as well as threatens to team's reputation and against IFSP 9 of Principle 5. Failure to provide clear information can lead to participant dissatisfaction and affect team's long-term sustainability in the Islamic finance industry. To fix its transparency issue, Takaful Islam Malaysia should involve Sharia advisor in all product in investment decision. Takaful Islam Malaysia also should ensure Sharia advisor approve the Sharia sensitive asset. The company must also publish a clear and accessible of Sharia compliance report, and they could be use digital platform to keep the participant informed. This will help to reboot the trust as well as meet ethical standards and also support long-term sustainability of Takaful Ihsan Malaysia.
Next, this is our summary in question C1, which is the significance of accounting and auditing organization for Islamic financial institution, AOF for Islamic financial institution in Malaysia. So, AOF standards serve as a global benchmark for Islamic finance, helping Malaysian institutions align with international best practice. So, there are strong Sharia governance by offering clear rules for contract and compliance, so reducing the risk of non-compliance, and OOF also support product development by providing detailed guidelines that ensure new Islamic financial products are Sharia compliant, well structured and widely accepted. So we move to the next question of C2. So Malaysia should adopt AOF standard alongside BNM's Zaini framework to strengthen its position in global Islamic finance. So while BNM already provides strong local guidance, so AOF adds international credibility, clear rules and better product structuring. So this help reduce Sharia risk, boost investor and consumer trust, and also keep Malaysia competitive worldwide. And finally, combining both systems can make Malaysia a respected global leader in Islamic finance.